Welcome back, Year 5, and this week it's all about the decimal numbers and adding and subtracting decimals, and we're going to start with addition. Now, same as with regular column addition with whole numbers, it is really important that when we write our column addition down, we need to line up our place value. So I'm going to go ahead and start with identifying the place value of each digit. So we can tell here we've got a decimal point. We know that on this side of the decimal point, these are our ones. We therefore know that on the right over here, we've got the tenths, and then therefore the hundredths, and again the tenths and the hundredths. Now it's going to be really simple for us to line these place values up as we write this addition number sentence down as a column addition. So we've got 0.36, and then again these ones are going to go underneath these ones. We make sure that the decimal point lines up, which is really your clue that you've done it correctly. And then 0.25 and the 2 lines to add. Don't forget the add symbol as well. So we're going to add the hundredths first, so 6 at 5 hundredths, we know that's 11. Then 3 at 2, add 1/10, we know that is 6. And then 0 ones and 0 ones is still a 0. And don't forget to add that decimal point here, because we know that these were tenths and hundredths over here. So that is your solution to your problem. Now, nice and simple. We're now going to move on to a slightly more complicated example. We can tell that this is slightly more complicated because we do not have the same number of digits in these two numbers here. But we can tell that they're both decimal numbers. So we're going to go through the same process and we're going to identify the place value. We don't have any tens. We can tell these are ones by looking at our decimal point. We can tell that these are ones as well. Then we've got the tenths straight to the right of the decimal point. Then the hundredths. And then look at that. We've got the thousandths here. However, we do not have the thousandths here. So we're going to have to be really careful when we write these two values down when we add them. So I'm going to start with the ones, and then tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. And then I'm going to add, and then when I write this number down over here, I'm going to make sure that my ones line up, that my decimal points line up, and then my tenths match, and then my hundredths. And now I can tell that this number here has got thousandths and this one doesn't. So I'm going to go ahead and add a 0. I'm using a different colour so you can see really clearly, hopefully, in the video. And this 0 is a placeholder. You don't have to add it. However, it is then much easier and you're not going to get lost in your calculation. And by the way, if you are doing it on squared paper, it's even easier. I'm doing it on my little whiteboard, so it's a little bit trickier. So now I'm ready to add. So we've got 6 and 0 and hundredths. Oh, sorry, thousandths. We know these are thousands now. So that's 6. And then we've got 8 and 6 hundredths, so we know that it's 14 hundredths. And then we've got 2 and 4 tenths, and then another tenth here, and we know that it's 7. And then we add our 1, so that's 7 and 2. which is 9. And don't forget the decimal point. If you do not add it, then you change your number to 9,746, which is a completely different value. So this was addition with decimals today, and then you'll have to tune in for another video that covers subtraction.